to our next coach of the Charleston Southern Buccaneers, Jamey Chadwell. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Mark.
Buccaneers with the 37-7 opening conference win over Monmouth to move to 1-0 in the league, 4-1 in the overall, and number 23 in the country in the coaches poll. Congratulations on that. If you can open up and talk about the victory over the Hawks, then we'll start taking questions and talk about PC.
Well, thank you for the congratulations. It was a great win for our program. Excited for our kids. We for some reason every time we played Monmouth, we must be in terrible doing something terrible because the weather was just awful. It started nice in the first quarter, and then a rainstorm came in there that was just was crazy. But I thought we handled it well. Some of that adversity with the weather, and we were able to, pardon the pun, but weather that storm and still be able to get us a lead going into halftime. And I thought in the third quarter we really came out and played extremely well on the offensive side of the ball to sort of put the game away. Our defense played outstanding for the whole game there. I think we gave up 115 or 120 yards of total offense, and gave up the one score there at the end. So pleased with the overall effort. Thought we were good in the special teams as well, and it was good to be 1-0. I think anytime you're coming off a rival game, you never know how your team's going to respond, and we responded well and really put our focus into Monmouth and was pleased with the outcome.
All right, this time we'll start turning to questions for you. Again, those on the call, feel free to unmute your lines now. We'll start taking questions in a moment. And Coach, if you can talk about Saturday's opponent, Presbyterian College Blue Hawks.
Well, obviously they had our number last year and came down here and really took it to us. The thing that I think they're so challenging with them is on offense they do a lot of motions and different things that if you don't fit it right, they got a chance to create some problems with you in the run game and then their play action pass off of it. And defensively, they don't beat themselves. They're tough. Their safety, Ed Britt makes plays everywhere, and they've got a lot of experience. Their defensive ends are really good players, and so our big challenge is we got to try to find ways to see if we can make them, make some mistakes because the last couple of years they've really shut us down, offensively. And so I think it's a big challenge for our guys, and we're looking forward to going to play. Anytime I think you get beat the year before there's probably some, at least for your players, there's some added motivation. But it's probably the best defense that we've seen all year, and the way they play, the way they fit the things that they do, and it's going to be a tough challenge. So we're looking forward to the game, looking forward to going up there, and it's always one of our shorter trips, so we do like that, and have a chance to go up and try to be 2-0 in the league.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. At this time, we'll turn to questions for CSU head coach Jamey Chadwell. Again, unmute your lines and ask away.
Jamey, this is David.
Hey, David.
Wanted to ask you about your defense. So many personnel changes, a lot of new guys coming in. Now, granted, you did have some backups that moved into starting roles, so they weren't totally void of experience. But you've had some young guys like Solomon Brown, who redshirted last year and has really made a big impact. And I was looking, 7 of your top 10 tacklers or so are underclassmen. Could you just speak to the way they've improved, and are you a little bit surprised they've been as successful as they have been so far? Do you think it would take a little longer?
Well, I'll answer you second. I'm not surprised at the way they're playing because I feel like our defensive coaches do an outstanding job of one, getting schemes that fit our personnel, and then 2, coaching our guys. Now, they're young. You never, they're going to make some mistakes and have some growing pains, but because of the way our guys play defense, I think we've been able to overcome some of those mistakes because they play so hard, some of those things. And then, to your first question there, we do have a lot of young guys, but I think what that speaks to is we've had a lot of experience the past couple of years, and some of these young guys you mentioned have got some playing time in some games, and also the guys that are redshirted, but they made the most of the opportunities they had where they were redshirting and taking the time to get stronger or whatever they needed to work on. And I think that just speaks to the mindset our defensive coaches have tried to instill over there is, hey, when your number's called, you're expected to perform. We can't just, it's my turn. If I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And one of the things that I think our defense does a great job of is guys get to play quite a bit. I mean, if you've earned it in practice, you're going to get some reps in the game, whether you're a starter or the backup. And I think you're seeing these guys now are the starters. They got some playing time the past couple of years. but they've got confidence because they've been in some of those battles, so it wasn't like this is brand new. They're seeing every day, and so I expect us to continue to get better. It's still a learning curve because each week you've got new offenses and new different schemes that you're trying to prepare for, and so it's going to be new for some of those guys. But the effort they play with and the focus they have has been pretty good, and our coaches do a great job with that. And also, Aaron Brown, Malcolm Jackson, some of our seniors, that have been here a while, they make sure our young guys understand that this thing is a marathon, the long haul, and that each week is different. You got to be prepared each week, and I think that's why you've seen us get better and better from week to week.
Just as a follow-up, as your staff prepares for PC, they played 3 quarterbacks already this year in 6 games. Griffin played pretty well against Coastal. I mean, does that create problems, or is it more you just prepare for the system and then you look at who they plug in? But I mean, is it hard to prepare when you don't really know who the quarterback might be?
Well, it is, because they all have different strengths, and they all can do certain things better than the other one. I was hoping Harold was going to tell everybody, but he didn't do that. So, but it does make it a challenge, because I don't want to say you have to have 3 different game plans, but you do have to know who's in and know what they like to do with that person. Is he a better passer, runners, do both? And so you have to maybe call a game a little bit differently, as you would if it's just the one guy back there. So it is a challenge. I know our coaches have working hard on that, trying to prepare for that and have their best plan, for whoever PC brings out there, because the one thing they're going to do, no matter who's out there, they're going to try to find ways to run the ball. The running back's doing a great job. The line is of creating holes for him, and he runs the ball hard. And so whoever's the quarterback, we got to try to stop the run. We got to make sure that we do everything we can to stop that run, and the quarterback there's got to try to make some plays in the passing game to beat us, and that's what we're going to try to do, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. We'll let one last call for any questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. Feel free to unmute your line and ask away. Coach, hearing no more questions for you, we will let you go, but appreciate you joining us. Good luck Saturday at PC.
Thank you very much.
All right.